Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well today. On the other hand, I'm hanging in. Thank God for that. I just want to say welcome to the wonderful new subscribers that I have and the older subscribers that I've had too. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for choosing to stay. We're growing. God is good. So, the message that I channeled, I want to make the title someone is having a deep pull towards you, a very deep pull, a subconscious pull. It is not surface level, it is deep. It is worth noting because this is someone who has had a very cold heart. I don't mean it in a bad way. Feels like someone who has been hurt before, or someone who intentionally said they do not want to be in a relationship, or they do not want to have a love life going for them, or they thought they were going to, male or female, they thought they were going to remain a player forever, and at some point just pick somebody and settle with that person, right? And just settle and make babies, whatever, and life goes on. But they are feeling an emotional pull towards you. Okay. I wrote the points down as I was channeling so I don't forget. Even though that they've always felt this way towards you, they chose stillness over being vulnerable. They chose stillness over vulnerability. Another thing is that they did not expect to fall this deep for you. So now that is hitting them, they don't know what to do with this emotion because for them, it always used to be about control. Okay. If I'm this into someone, if I feel this much emotional pull towards someone, then I don't have control of the situation. They are failing to realize that love is not about who has control. Everybody comes bare and vulnerable. You come as you are, kind of like how you go to Christ or how Christ invites us to come to Him, right? As you are, that's how you go into love. But this person is so concerned about control that they are not really understanding the whole idea of why they would have to be vulnerable. And I think because they've also been connected to people in the past who did not operate from a space of vulnerability, so it's been working for them. And now they finally met you, and you are like, you have to come correct or keep your distance. I'm ready to love you from afar. I'll pray for you, because you believe that what's yours is yours, right? You're like, I can't be fighting for this. I can't be concerned about what's not in front of me because today this person is hot. Okay. Tomorrow they are cold. One day they're checking up on you to ask if you've eaten, and if you're not feeling too good, let's say you were sick for a little bit under the weather and they were aware about it, they are reaching out to ask you, are you okay? Can you do the things you normally can do? Were you able to go to work? And then other days for like a week or two, it's just crickets. Total silence from this person. But they are getting it now that what they feel towards you is not something that they can just disregard. It's not something that they can keep to themselves. They have to be vulnerable with you. They're also using their logic a lot. I just should we take that as a confirmation? Because I don't know whose car is going off. Okay. Also, they're coming to you gradually. Even though today, throughout when I was channeling this message, I kept on saying 911. And it was always just the fire service everywhere. Everywhere I went to today, there was a fire truck somewhere just blowing their siren as if this person is like, I can't take it anymore. I'm coming towards you. However, they do not want you to be critical of them. Okay? You cannot be overly critical of them because that will just push them further enough. They're looking for a soft landing. They're trying to observe to see when the best time to come towards you is. But they feel the urgency in their bones. They feel it like if I don't come now, I would lose my person. If I don't come now, I would never find any other person with this kind of energy because they understand now that you truly do care for them, you truly do love them. They have never seen love like this before. And so it kind of scared them. Because again, another thing I was getting is this person is used to chaos. So they thrive in chaos. With chaos, they are good. So with chaos, they are the calm. They are the voice of reason. It feels like among their friends group and previous relationships or friendships that they've had, they are the ones that people come to ask for advice and to say, oh, this is what's happening in my relationship. And then they'll be like, oh, why don't you do it this way? This is also someone whose friend's spouse, like their friend's spouse, would reach out to them to say, can you please help me talk to your friend? Can you make your friend understand that this is how it's supposed to be? Take it how it resonates. They can be male, they can be female. But this person used to be the perfect mediator. Okay? They are the ones who brings the sense into every conversation. They are the ones that other people's spouses will be like, why can't you reason like they do? Why is yours different? Why can't you be as deep as they are? Why are you so shallow? You know what I mean? You get what I mean? So they have never ever been in a connection where someone else comes with a level of peace, a level of maturity, a level of class, where the person is like, see, I am just in my power right now. Okay? I don't want to be bothered with chaos or anything. I have healed. So if you're coming into my energy, you have to put in the work and come in healed as well. They've never ever been used to anything like this. I'm sorry if my mouth is always dry because I have braces on, so that's why I'm always sucking my teeth. I apologize. So this person wants to come in when they feel like you would welcome them, but at least warmly, not when they feel like you're cold. So they are observing you. They might not even be following you on social media, but they probably have a fake account that they're using to track you. They want to know when your energy is accommodating for them to come in. They need emotional safety so that they can land, right? And so pressure would make them just retreat. Now, the thing is, if you're pressurizing them, like when they show up eventually and you're like, what are we? Who are we? So, what are we doing here? That's going to push them away further. That's not to say that you shouldn't ask questions. You should ask thought provoking questions. You should ask questions that matters to you, But I also do believe that they are not going to show up with the same energy that they had before, trying to gaslight you, trying to manipulate you. They are not showing up like that, because right now it feels like they are towing, but they are doing it with caution, They want to test the water, so to speak. That's what they're doing. What I was also getting is that they would make a move, but their move is not going to be dramatic. I really don't. How they feel is like the 911, right? Emergency. They need to start coming. That's how they feel. But this person is someone who has always known how to hold it in. So even though they feel that way, they're not going to show up like that. They're going to come in gradually, okay? They're going to start by subtle means, maybe open up to you more, maybe ask you questions more, maybe start by telling you how their day went, and then eventually telling you of their future plans or what they plan to do for the week. But it's gonna be a gradual process. It's gonna be gradual. They are not gonna rush in the way their emotions are telling them to do it. And for me, I think that's actually okay. Because if you're thinking of buying a house, for instance, you don't just rush to do it, do you? No, you take your time, you plan, you go through house plans, you go through different real estate surveyors, you check out different places, you see which one would make adjustment to fit into what you want if they don't already have it, and then you work with the ones that are going to give you what you want, what your the value for your money would be, right? So that's how it feels with this one. And I totally agree with matters of the heart. I keep forgetting that I just got a body mic. I keep touching it, so I'm sorry if you all start hearing sounds, because it's supposed to eliminate sounds, and here I am, clumsy, putting sounds by myself, so I apologize. Anyways, they're gonna take their time, but they definitely are coming towards you. Okay. Um, you don't be overly concerned about the outcome. They would also become vulnerable to you, and these vulnerable moments would not be moments that were planned. No, they probably just say something and it would just come out, right? That's how it's gonna be. They would come towards you when it feels natural for them to do so. Okay, natural process. They're gonna follow that. Another thing that I was getting is that you are supposed to be part of their lesson. So it's not just you. It's the fact that when they ghosted you or left you or took a different path and thought that the grass was greener on the other side, not realizing that the grass is actually greener where it is watered, they effed around and found out, because they are not realizing that the people that they made connections with, whether they left you for a job or for a group of friends or for a different connection entirely, they are not realizing that those persons are not true. They are not realizing that those persons are not authentic. But the divine actually placed those people there to teach them a lesson. And then you staying in your power and not chasing clarity and not chasing anything, just focusing on your own personal goals and development, you are also a part of their lesson, because it is essential in their journey for them to grow, but on their own. And it's also possible that you were saying prayers, saying, okay, I want this person, I truly love this person, but I want their higher self. if they're going to be wishy-washy, manipulative, and gaslighting me, I don't want them. So you already chose to be in your power. A memory is coming to me. It was September of 2024 where I had said to the divine that, hey, I don't mind doing this thing alone. I absolutely don't mind. I want to make this money. I want to build my wealth. I want to build my career. I want to do it alone. However, if you give me a partner, it would be a plus and I'll be so grateful. But in a situation where the partner is not forthcoming, I'm not going to chill and be waiting on no partner. No, I'm putting in the work. I'm going into it. You see that dynasty, that empire? I'm building it. So that just came to mind. I like to think that that's how you felt. You were like, okay, fine. If I have somebody good, if I don't have anybody good, but I would rather wait than have these persons in their low vibrational energy. I want them to be a kingdom spouse. I want them to be divine, I want them to be of their higher self so that they can come towards me. Otherwise, everything you have worked for, all the healing that you've done in vain. So you chose that you would rather have them in their higher self, and the divine is working on them. But in order for them to learn those lessons, they had to go through whatever it is that they are going through now. In fact, some of them right now are in hermit mode. They are secluded because they can now see their friends for who they are. They are seeing other people for who they are. They probably go out, go to gatherings with these individuals, and they just sit there and they're just observing. And they're like, wow. Perhaps you are the only one true person, one authentic person they have met in their lifetime. They probably have met other people like you, but not in close proximity. You know what I mean? Like not someone who shares, who they intend to be in a relationship with, or who they intend to go into business with. No. You are the first true, authentic soul that they are meeting. And that shook them to the core. Another thing I'm getting is that they prayed for this. They prayed. They asked the divine for this. They asked the divine for it. They just did not know that it was going to happen soon. So then they thought they still had time. They would still play around. And by the time it comes, the handwriting will be on the wall and they'll be able to tell that, okay, this connection is here now. Or that the connection would come when they are ready. They know they are ready and they'll be like, so divine, where is the connection that I asked you for? Again, this person truly, truly operates from the place of logic. And that's their undoing. Logic. They always just try to operate from logic. And that's not how spirit works. You ask for something, you set your intentions, you put it out there. When you least expect it, when you're not looking, that's when the divine will bring it your way. Okay, so you, on the other hand, are still being advised, continue being you and do not chase clarity. Let them come in by themselves. Let them walk towards you. I don't know why I'm hearing the walk of shame. Because they feel terrible. They didn't know that they were going to have this much emotions for you. They didn't think or know that this thing is going to be so deep to the point where they can't hold it anymore, and then they have to walk towards you. Hence the walk of shame that I had. Hence the walk of shame. So please, in their coming in and taking the walk of shame, don't beat them down more. If you do not want this connection, you definitely have a choice to say, I don't want it. Okay? Maybe you have moved on. Maybe you have waited and time has passed and you really don't feel the same way you felt for them anymore. Or maybe you don't just trust them right now. Or maybe you might say, oh, I'd like to observe, I'd like to see this connection. I want to have you from a place of friendship first before seeing how we can go into this more. You definitely have a choice in the matter. However, in you making your choice, do not beat them down and do not beat yourself down. Okay? You can't be overly critical of yourself, neither can you be overly critical of them. Another thing that I got was that you have trained your intuition, right? You want to trust what you feel and not what you see or what they are saying to you. So when this person eventually shows up, don't listen to just their words or what you're seeing in front of you, because people can put up an act. Okay? You're being advised to follow your intuition and see how you feel. If you feel uneasy, then perhaps you wanna ask for more time. If this is someone that you're actually very into, to be honest, you are into this person. So it is not someone that you're not into. It's not someone that you do not want to hear from. In fact, if they had come back weeks ago or days ago, you would have been happier, or months ago. You would have been happier. But trust what you feel. Trust what you feel. Your intuition, your feelings will tell you more as to how you should navigate their coming back, because they are coming. They're definitely coming. You also have some words of affirmations that I wrote down that spirit is like you should always say to yourself whenever you feel overwhelmed with their feeling. Okay, so it is also possible that at that point in time that you're getting overwhelmed, that's that person's energy that you're picking up on, getting overwhelmed because you are not in the same space as them. Because for some, it feels like these persons are from a distance, they are at a distance from you. Okay, so in order for you to be able to come back into yourself, so to speak, in order for you to still pursue your goals, in order for you to still be handling your stuffs and not get carried away in your head, because their wishy-washy attitude, their being warm and cold, was supposed to put you in your head. And then when you're in your head, they then come to you like they are the savior of you, but then they are keeping you in a particular spot where they know that, okay, fine, now I can move away, I can pull again and go do whatever I'm doing and then come back and then this person is still here. Okay? Do not get overwhelmed with the feeling. But if ever that feeling shows up, Spirit is saying that you should say these words of affirmation to yourself. I allow truth to surface naturally. What is meant to flow towards me will not pass me by. Okay? I allow truth to surface naturally. What is meant towards me, or what is meant to flow towards me, will not pass me by. I'm going to say it for the last time. So you might want to look at a mirror and look sternly into your eyes when you're feeling the way that you're feeling, because you need to have yourself together to function. Okay? Look into the mirror and say, I allow truth to surface naturally. What is meant to flow towards me will not pass me by. What is yours will never pass you by. Okay? So thank you so much. Thank you. I truly appreciate you guys for being here. The last time I said we're looking for a certain number of persons to join so that we can be going live. We have hit that goal. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful to you guys. And I pray that whatever it is you wish for, the divine will do it for you quick, 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 sharply, okay? Sharply, just as you guys did this for me to be able to go live. Um, I'm looking at this weekend by God's grace to start going live. So thank you. You did that. You did that. Please get a drink, okay? Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, whatever your poison is, get it and sip it on my behalf. That is my way of saying thank you to you. God bless you. And as always, I love you with the love of God. My name is Rachel Felix, and this is Raisin. Bye.